Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for tuning in. Flow Coach Johnny here today with today's lesson from Pam Grau, A Course in Miracles Experiment. Today's lesson is titled, Houston, There Is No Problem, and lesson 243. Marcus Aurelius says, a blazing fire makes flame and brightness out of everything that is thrown into it. Amor fati. This two-word Latin phrase helps me cope with last year's massive rip in my understanding of the universe. Losing your only child is brutal terrain. I'm often tormented with overwhelming emotions. Some days I stay in bed long after the sun rises. I occasionally question whether life is still worth living. Tough to admit as the writer who regularly blogged about being the luckiest person on the planet. So if I'm going to love my fate no matter what, as amor fati means, I have no choice but to rely on the Course promises that A, this body, this material world, is a mental construct. B, the only problem I could ever have is one of perception. And C, I have the power to control my thoughts. I draw strength from Viktor Frankl, who found meaning even though the rest of his family perished during the Holocaust. I remind myself that I got to spend 25 years with this incredible being of light and love. I was a 37-year-old singleton with no real prospects in sight when she chose to hang out with me. Literally, she was a life-changing gift, the most amazing, the most compassionate, the wisest person I ever met. And I turn it over to the Holy Spirit, who reminds me, 1, if it's not wholly joyous, it's not God's will. 2, if it's not wholly joyous, it involves some decision I erroneously made. 3, because it was me who made the less than joyous decision, and because this decision was never forced on me, I can change it at any time. 4, I just have to go back to the point where I made the erroneous decision and ask the Holy Spirit to decide instead. I repeat, I don't have to fix anything. 5, over and over, it assures me that Taz now belongs to the infinite, and that someday soon, I will too. You'll spend eternity with Taz, it says. In fact, you're in eternity with her now once you change your perception. So this touches home with me. This touches a nerve because we lost our daughter a year ago in October. Our daughter, Morgan. We miss her very much. But she's still with us. We can still feel her presence. We can still feel her love and her light. So Houston, we don't have a problem. We just have to change our perception. And I'm asking you to change your perception today to one of love, peace, joy, goodness, kindness, happiness, eternity. Remember, we love you, and namaste. Have a wonderful morning, everyone, a great afternoon, and an even better evening, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in. Bye now.